All right, this is your brother Issachar coming at you with another lesson. First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstone which I learned this truth from. Honors to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word through the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the Aquat that's listening and learning. So, I really don't have a title for this video or anything like that. Pretty much just want to go into speaking about, prophecy, speak about the plagues, speak about the different things that's going on around the world, because as we can see, things are happening very fast, man, very fast, all right? Because like Yahweh Shah said, he saw Satan fall as lightning. And let's open with that. Let's open with that. Because that's exactly what we're seeing right now, man. We're seeing this place fall very fast, and it's great. It's great, but the thing is, we got to maintain our integrity, and we got to prepare ourselves with what's getting ready to happen, all right? So this is Luke chapter 10, verse 18, and it says, and he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven, all right? And we all know that Esau, the so-called white man, he is the physical counterpart of Satan, because he is the border of wickedness, like it's spoken about in the book of Malachi. All right, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, and Esau is the wicked. All right, he's doing everything within his power. He's using everything on the left-hand side, all of the power that he can possibly get from the left-hand side that the Most High is allowing him to have, which they don't understand that. Well, they do, but they proud, man. But at the end of the day, they're using everything within their might to help keep this place afloat and to bring in their NWO, all right? Because at the end of the day, they want the MOTB to be mandatory, and who's ever not with that, then they have to be eliminated, or they have to be pretty much as out of the system, all right? They're just going to leave them alone to the point where you die. They don't want anything to do with you. And this is why we need Yahweh Shai to come back to save his elect, because this is the type of mindset that Esau is going to be in within these last days, all right? So reading it again, it says, and he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. Now, when you go outside and it's a storm, which is getting ready to happen in this world, because all out hell is getting ready to be broken loose, all right? Everything is about to become chaotic out in these streets. So the big storm is coming, which is Jacob's trouble, all right? And when you look at a storm, it's raining real hard and everything, you see lightning strike. It's real quick, and it strikes real quick, And that's how you saw this place fall. And we're seeing it, man. Let me see if I can find a post, because the brother Arayamlab, he just literally posted this thing about how Russia don't want anything to do with the money that's over here. All right, I shared it on my YouTube community post. There you go. Yeah. He said dollar is losing power daily. And it says Putin announces total independence from Rothschild-controlled U.S. dollar. Our future generations will be born without Rothschild chains around their wrists and ankles. So the Most High is putting the spirit upon Gog and Magog, man, which is Russia. All you got to do is read Ezekiel the 38th chapter, and it tells you, we'll just read it real quick. It tells you that the Most High is going to put that old spirit back within Russia so they can get things cracking, because they're going to be the main key as far as nuclear destruction is concerned, because they're going to have the spirit upon them to not want anything to do with America, aka Babylon the Great. So this is Ezekiel Chapter 38, verse 1, and it says, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, I am against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thy army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. So the Most High is going to put the spirit back upon Russia to get in that war state of mind, man. All right, Russia is going to realize that they don't want anything to do with America, and they don't want anything to do outside of what they're known for and outside what they believe in. All right, and they're gonna get to the point where they're gonna get it cracking with the West, man. All right, because one of the main things that still gotta happen too is America still has to go into Iran and do something where they mess up Iran. All right, and then once that happens, that's when Russia is really gonna be like, okay, now you messing with our ties, you mess with our affiliates, you mess with our money. Now we really gotta do something. Because as you can see right now within the news, Putin is really trying his hardest not to really go hard. You know, he's telling the people, he's like, look, man, I got 4 Satan 2 missiles right now that I can shoot over here, and it could destroy your whole country within 2 hours, all right? And that's just 4 missiles, man. He said he could shoot those over here, and it could destroy America within 2 hours. He's giving a warning. And that's the Most High putting the Spirit upon him to say these type of things, all right? But as we all know, like it says within the scriptures, America is going to be destroyed within 1. And one of the reasons being is because the Most High is going to have 200 million warheads be shot over here. It's going to be overkill, which is well deserved for this place because this place is filthy, man. It's through. Everywhere you look, it's polluted, man. Everywhere you walk, everywhere you walk, the people that you talk to, you just get to the point where you just like, man, the Lord really needs to cleanse this place. And that's how he's going to do it, by fire. The first time he did it by water, the second time he's doing it by fire. That's why when you read the scriptures, let's get that. When it tells you about the second death represents the nuclear destruction that's coming, all right? And this is Revelation chapter 20. And let's start at 12. This is Revelation chapter 20, verse 12, and it says, and I saw the dead, small and great, stand before the Most High, and the books were opened. And another book was opened, which is the book of life, which is the scriptures, and the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. And they were judged every man according to their works. That's right, because this place is the valley of the shadow of death, like it's written in the book of Psalms, all right? This place kills you spiritually, mentally, and physically. Everything that's done within this world is nothing but wickedness, all right? This is death. That's why the scriptures tell you the day of your death is better than the day of your birth. Because when you die, you go back up to the spirit world, you're at rest, you're in your perfect mind, you realize how things are supposed to be. The Most High is laying down a law in front of you, alongside Yahushua. He's doing the same thing, okay? And you realize how beautiful everything's supposed to be. But then when the Most High sinks you back down here into the earth, now you realizing how much this is hell. And this scripture right here tells you, to prove to you as well that hell doesn't exist. Because the next verse right here, and it says, verse 14, and it says, and death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. So how can death and hell be cast into the lake of fire when hell is supposed to be the place where the fire is? See, this is showing you that a lot of these Christians, they really don't know what they're talking about in these other religions. They just go off what's given to them. They don't actually get into these scriptures for themselves. That's why Yahushua said himself, blessed is he that readeth. Apostle Tahar just uploaded a quick video, and that was the name of the video. All right? Blessed is he that readeth. You got to read these scriptures, and you got to pray to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, call on the true names, because those are the true names. The Most High's name, God, his name is Yahweh, and his son's name, which you all ignorantly call Jesus Christ, his name is Yahushua. And he's only here to save you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's it. Everybody else, they're going into slavery. You know, you always got to say that, you know, just in case we have new viewers, because we're going to get new believers in every day, man. All right, because a great awakening is happening. All right, it's going to be millions of Israelites that's going to realize that they are Israelites, and they're going to have the Holy Spirit upon them to follow Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and that great multitude is going to be saved, like it's written in Revelation 7. Let's get that. But wait, before I get that, I'll finish explaining Revelation 20. All right, and it says, and death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. So the second death is the nuclear destruction. Death and hell, which is here, a.k.a. America, a.k.a. Babylon the Great, And it's going to be cast into the lake of fire. Thermonuclear destruction. Because that's what's happening. We're seeing World War III brew up every single day. It's getting closer and closer and closer. Now China is having problems with Taiwan. All right. And sooner or later, they're doing their drills right now. Okay. And sooner or later, you're going to start seeing a lot of different countries get into warlike, into that warlike mind, man. You're going to see every single country start doing things, man. And then sooner or later, it's all just going to come together. Everybody going to fight against each other, and that's going to be the end, man. All right? And this is what we want to be delivered from. We want to be delivered from the nuclear destruction that's getting ready to happen, all right? But this is what the Most High is getting ready to do. He's getting ready to throw America into the nuclear fire. Because this place gotta go. You know, everybody is proud here. Too much pride. Everybody has too much freedom. And you can go, like I always say, if you want to be a Ninja Turtle, all you gotta do is just dye your skin green, get you a red, orange, blue, or purple mask, put it on. You can live in the sewers with all the mice. And then you can climb out the sewers and go to your nearest pizza shop, go get some pizza, go right back in the sewers as soon as you need filled. When you have the urge to fight crime, you can go out from the sewers and do this shit. And people can't say nothing. People can't say nothing. The only thing they can do is be like, well, here's Ninja Turtle now. It's literally a video that Elder Yashawamba, he on his 2 Through an Info channel, he posted a video where this dude was on his newscast program, and he was a damn piece of broccoli. A piece of broccoli. He had his skin, you know, painted green and everything. He had the broccoli helmet on and shit. with the suit and tie on. And he was, you know, I don't know if it was serious, but he was telling people like, yeah, man, you know, I'm a piece of broccoli now. He was like, I always felt like I was this. You know, I always felt like I had this spiritual connection with broccoli, so now I'm broccoli. I'm like, look at this shit, man. And the thing is, where you know these type of things are real, is because you literally have people out there that's called plant sexuals or ecosexuals, where they have sex with the damn dirt, and because they feel like, you know, this is where everything is from, this is where earth starts, this is where everything grows. So they literally have sex with the damn ground, man. And it's real. You got people out here marrying their cats, their dogs. Dudes out here marrying sex dolls. This is AKA Babylon the Great, man. If you can't see it, you need to get with it, man. And like we always say, these people are just letting these people do this shit. Because the thing is, a lot of people nowadays don't have the strength within them to stand up for what's right, man. All of that was sort of left in the past. You know, if you were in the world, you know, the last people you really remember who stood up for something was, you know, like Martin Luther King or Malcolm X or whatever the case may be. You know, even though they were in the world, even though they sold out, but still, you know, you had Black Panthers or whatever, they were doing things according to this having equal rights here. But at least those were people that stood up for something that they believed was right and they want to do and try to make a change. You know? Now, man, people ain't trying to do that shit. Esau is literally giving everybody the freedom that they wanted, man. And this is why this whole world is out of whack. And this is why this place gotta go. It gotta go, man, because people can't think for themselves and they're not strong enough to, you know, stand up for what's right. That's why we're always praising Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, that we have the Holy Spirit upon us to stand on our own 2 feet and go out and preach His word, whether people like it or not. That's why Isaiah 51:1 says what it says. Let's get that. This is Isaiah chapter 51, verse 1. I mean, not 51, 58, Salakia. This is Isaiah chapter 58, verse 1. It says, cry aloud and spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet and show my people their transgression and the house of Jacob their sins. So this is what we do on a weekly and daily basis. We upload these videos every day. We go out to the highways and the byways once a week and we tell our people, not just black people, because that's another thing that these people love to put on us. You the black Hebrew Israelites. No. Stop saying that, man. We understand why they're saying that, because they're trying to demonize us, because they know that the word black means dark, evil, all right? Void of light, meaning no wisdom. But we bringing out the true wisdom, man, the true wisdom of the Bible. And that's what they don't like because it's cutting them, man. It's cutting them. We'll get that in a minute. You know, sometimes I just be thinking about certain scriptures. I'm like, oh yeah, let's get that. I gotta learn how to, explain the situation first, then move on. But anyway, they always put that on us. I'm like, come on, man. 1 + 1 equals 2, right? It's easy to understand. When you see the brothers out on the highways or the byways, do you just see only black people? No, you don't. You see the Mexicans, you see the Colombians, the Brazilians, you see Jamaicans, you see the Native Americans, you see the Seminole Indians, you see the Haitians, so forth and so on, man. You see the whole 12 tribes coming together. Like it says in the book of Ezekiel, the 37th chapter. Because the Most High put the Spirit upon them. He gave them the living waters. He gave them that breath. They are no longer dry bones now, man. Because the Most High gave them the understanding of these scriptures. So when you hear things like, oh, these are the black Hebrew Israelites, they don't know what they're talking about. They're just trying to demonize the situation. That way, they can make us look like we're dangerous. They can make us look like a threat, or, whatever the case may be. And the thing is, we not about that. We not about that. We over here just reading from the scriptures. That's it. We not doing nothing else. When the scriptures tell you not to be carnal, meaning we're not trying to go out there and be physical. We're not trying to intimidate anybody. We're not trying to get physical with anybody. We're just going to go out there. We're going to read from the scriptures. And yes, like it says in what we just read, we got to lift up our voice and spare not. Meaning we do got to get aggressive at certain times. But we're not out there to bring any harm to nobody, man. Yahushua told us that himself. He said, be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Now, the thing is, you do have these other idiot Israelite groups that will go out there with weapons, bulletproof vests. They'll raid these different churches and do all these different things, man. Yeah, they doing the most. That's why when they start to really demonize us, they're going to use those groups first. All right? They're going to put those pictures of those people on the news. And they're going to be like, look, these are dangerous people. Stay away from them. And then the next thing you know, hey, man, that's when we're going to start getting arrested. And that's when Jacob's trouble going to begin, or it's going to be the beginning of it. We'll see how it plays out. But that's how it's going to be, man. But this is why when we go out there, the ones that teaches the GMS doctrine that we learn from our apostles, all right, we don't go out there with no weapons. We don't do any of that, man. We just go out there, read the scriptures, go home. Because we understand that this is only for the elect. That's it. We only out here to fish out the elect, all right? So let's get Hebrews 14 and 12. Because like I said, 14 and 12. 12 and 4. Not 12 and 4. Hold on, Salakia. 4 and 12. I just got 4 and 2 mixed up in my mind. But this is Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. It says, for the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. So when this word comes out, it cuts people. Like I said, it gets to the point where they react. Either they're going to react in a sense where they're going to be like, okay, what you're saying is true. Let me stick around and see what else they're talking about. All right? Or it's going to hit them to the point where they're going to be like, look, I got to scoff, I got to mock, I got to bring out the demon that's inside of me, and I got to let people know that what these people over here are talking about is fake, is false, and is evil. That's what they're going to do, man. That's what they're going to do. But the thing is, a lot of these people are not going to understand or receive this word until the very last second. And that's written in the scriptures. I get it keyed up real quick, just so I won't forget. Let's get it keyed up real quick, so I don't want to forget. I know it's in Proverbs. Yeah. So at the end of the day, this is what's going to happen, man. They're not going to believe anything that we're saying until they see it. Until they actually see that the M to the O to the T to the B is actually real. Until they see that, oh, here it comes, this actually is mandatory. These things are actually going down. Then that's when they're going to want to seek Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. They're going to want to see what we're talking about. Then that's when they're going to be eager, all right? And the thing is, the Most High may allow you, some of them to understand it at the very last second. He may have mercy on some of those people, like the scripture says, He's going to have mercy on whom He's going to have mercy. You know, so the Most High may actually allow some people at the very last second to realize, calling His name, and hey, that's part of the elect. That was one of His chosen. He's gonna be like, all right, cool, they got it. That was a goal, all right. But a lot of you people, a lot of our people, they're not gonna make it, man. They're not gonna get it because they're gonna believe in Esau. So this is Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20. It says, "Wisdom crieth without; she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying, How long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge." So this is how you find the wisdom. It uttereth her voice in the streets. This is why we go out to the highways and the byways, all right? Because we go out there and tell people in front of their faces what they're doing wrong and what's getting ready to happen. And this is where you learn, all right? Now, we do understand that, a lot of people learn the scriptures, from the internet, from the unicorn. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's cool because, this is how the Most High set it up on how the word is going to reach the four corners of the earth through the internet. All right? A lot of people can literally look up this truth on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Google, Snapchat, all of these things, man. You can just look it up and you can find it and you can start learning today. But at the same time, you got to go out to the highways and the byways and show your faith. Because you got to go out there and face the elements. And this is how you really trust on Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, all right? Because when you go out there and bring out this word and you understand that this might cut people in the spirit, then you got to allow the Lord to do His thing to protect you and get you out of the situation, and then you good, man, all right? And so you can go out there and teach again. Because this is the main thing. You want to keep going out there and teaching all the way till we can't anymore. And then once we can't do that, then that's when we're going to keep faith even more so we can get beamed up out of here. But it says, "How long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge?" Yeah, how long are you going to continue to be simple? How long are you going to continue just to live according to the way that you want to live? How long are you going to continue to be ignorant? All right, because this is exactly what you're doing. You don't want to hear it. It says, "Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called, and ye refuse, I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But you have set at naught all my counsel, and will none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, Salakia, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. Then shall they seek me early, but they shall not find me." All right, so that's what's getting ready to happen to a lot of people at the last second, because they're going to realize what we've been saying is true, and they're going to try to get into this thing at the last second, but the Most High is going to mock. He's going to laugh at your fear, because you're going to realize that you are in a tight position where you realize this is a life or death situation, and the Most High is not going to do anything to get you out of it, man. He's going to mock back at you, just like they mock at this truth. He's going to mock when you get into that situation, and he's going to laugh when your destruction comes, man. This is how serious the situation is, because you should have been calling upon him early, which is right now, man. You still have time to repent. Everybody's living their life, according to the way they want to live it right now. Things are not cracked down tight yet. Hold on, let me check this camera real quick. All right, like I was saying, so everything is not cracked down tight yet, but it's coming, man. All right, so right now you still have the chance to repent, and that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to change from your ways, okay? You're supposed to change from your ways and actually start following the commandments, statutes, and laws. Let's get that, because one of the things that I heard Kazak from Mississippi, I was watching one of his live streams a few days ago, and he said, you never want to be in too deep. He said you always want to be in one deep, all right? Meaning that we never want to get too deep in the scriptures to the point where we feel like we got the Spirit upon us and bring out the utmost secrets of the Bible. The Most High gave us the secrets, man. He gave us what was getting ready to happen. He gave us these prophecies. He gave us the knowledge, all right, of what's gonna happen to the elect, and what's gonna happen to 2/3 of our people, what's gonna happen to the heathen nations, all right. And so one of the things that he said, he was like, look, man, we got to stick to the basics, all right. Always stick to the basics, because the basics is what brought you into truth in the first place, all right. The deep things didn't bring you into the truth. The things that brought you into the truth was, first, you realized that you had a chance of a better life, because you realized that you were an Israelite, right? You realized that you were going to have superpowers. You realized you were going to have superpowers. You realized that men were going to have multiple wives. You realized that the Lord was a so-called black man. You realized that the chariots or the UFOs are the chariots and everything like that. You know, the fun things is what got you up in this, man. All right? And, you know, that's what makes you get to the point where you're like, okay, I need to learn more. All right? So then you started getting to the basics of, you know, what the tribes are all about, what their names are in Hebrew, you know, what you're supposed to do as far as following Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. You know, you stick to the basics, man. The basics is what's going to keep you grounded. So this is Judges chapter 5, verse 11. It says, they that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates. So this is what we do when we first come into this truth. You got to repent. You know, you got to pray to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. You know, call upon those names. And when you pray, you face the east. Okay? If you're a man, you don't supposed to cover your head. If you're a woman, you're supposed to cover your head. You know, you face the east. Pray to the Lord. You call upon the true names. And then after that, you tell them, ask for forgiveness and all of that. Then you move forward. All right? And then you do what we just read. You start rehearsing the righteous acts. Salakia. All right? You start rehearsing the righteous acts, meaning you start eating clean foods. You put away the unclean foods. You stop celebrating holidays. You stop getting linings. You grow your beard out. If you're a woman, you start wearing modest apparel. You start covering your head up, so forth and so on, man. All you got to do is read the scriptures, go into the law, go into the different points within the scriptures, and you'll find out exactly what you're supposed to be doing. So that's what we do right now, man. Because you rehearsing the righteous acts is you trying to be perfect. Because that's what we're trying to be. Now, we understand that we're never going to be perfect because we're within this flesh, all right? And the flesh is wicked, man. Like the scriptures say, the flesh is weak, but the spirit is willing. All right? All right? Because at the end of the day, we have it within us to try. But, man, you always going to do something, man. Something is always going to happen, especially living within this society. You're going to go off with something. All right? But at the end of the day, the Most High is looking for the ones who's going to continue to push for righteousness, man. You got to keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. That's why the scriptures say, endure hardness as a good soldier. Because the more that you rehearse and practice these things right now, that's the more you're going to prepare yourself when this place actually goes down, man. All right? When this place go down, then that's when you're going to be like, okay, I need to put my practice to the test. Because we're all going to go through our temptation, man. Let's get 2nd Ezra 15. Because this is exactly the times that we're coming in. It says, let's start at the top. It's the 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. And it says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. And this is why we believe in these scriptures, because the scriptures were written in paper, and they are faithful and true, meaning everything that the prophets of old have written down, it was for our learning. And I believe it tells you that in the book of Hebrews as well. All right? Let me see if I can find that. See if I can find that. 4 times. Okay, it's not Hebrews, it's Romans. Okay. So it's Romans chapter 15, verse 4. And it says, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, now we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. This is what gives us hope, because we read about the different accounts of the different prophets and the different righteous women that were written about. You get to see how they were delivered from these dangerous and afflicted situations, man. You know, for instance, all right, Susanna, I believe, you know, uh, she was put in a situation where they said that she laid with those two creeps because these two dudes was over here stalking her, looking at her take a bath and everything like that. And he told them, and both of them told her, like, look, you need to lay down with both of us. If not, we're gonna accuse you of sleeping with us. And she was just like, she sighed, and then she was just like, no, I can't do that, man. You know, because she knew that if she committed that act, she would have committed adultery and she would have died anyway. All right, so she kept the faith, and you know, and what happened? Daniel came out of nowhere, told everybody the real situation. Then the other two dudes ended up being put to death. All right, that's one situation as far as what the women is concerned. And of course, you know, one of the main popular tales with Daniel and the three men that were with him. All right, they went all into the you know, they went into the lion's den, the furnace, and you know, they were delivered from that. You know, they were over there in the furnace, and none of them got burned, man. None of them got burned. The Most High delivered them from that, man. So it's all kind of accounts where the Most High was a man of his word. He like, look, if you keep doing what I told you to do, and you keep faithful to the end, I'm gonna get you out of the situation. So this is what gives us hope. You know, this is what gets us to the point where we get into our situation, we're gonna be thinking the same way. You know, when MOTB is mandatory and they tell you, well, look, man, either you take this right now or I'm taking you to the nearest prison. Or they be like, oh, you ain't got it? Well, you can't come into this store. Go down the street. See what happens. Leave you in the wilderness somewhere. All right? Or whatever the case may be. You got to deal with it. You got to be like, okay, well, the Most High told me this was going to happen. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua told us these situations were going to happen. It's time for me to act righteously now, man. It's time for me to really show my faith. And that's what it comes down to, man. That's what it's going to come down to. It's going to come down to that faith, all right? So let's go back to 2nd Ezra 15. And it says, verse 3. It says, fear not the imaginations against thee. let not thy incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. That's right. Behold, the Lord said, the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. All right, so this is why you're seeing these things happen within the earth right now, because the earth is full with wickedness. It's polluted with wickedness, man. That's why you see the plagues, you see the sword, and famine is getting ready to happen. Death is getting ready to happen. Death is already happening. All kinds of people are perishing every single day, man. And then ultimately the destruction is going to happen. But right now you do see the food shortages. You see the gas prices going up. All of these different things, even though the gas prices are getting a little bit lower. But you already know it's going to jump back up. It's going to jump back up. This ain't over. All right, because now they got the animal POX. Got to kind of be careful with that now, because that's getting ready to be a thing. All right, we're going to see what they do with this. So, you know, you might mention that. They might take down a video. So I'm going to say the M to the POX. That's happening right now. And they talking about, well, here come another magical water for you. Some more magical waters that you can take in order to be cured from that. All right. We already know, man. We're not gonna be on that, man. We're not gonna trust in what they say. Just like it says right here. This is Rachaa Chapter 12, verse 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. So we will not trust in anything that they have to offer unto us. We're going to remain our integrity. We're going to keep our integrity, and we're going to depend on Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. The scriptures tell you that the cures come from out of the earth. It comes from the different fruits, vegetables, herbs, meats, whatever the case may be. Everything has a balance. Everything plays its part. All you gotta do is just eat correctly, man. That's why who said that? Martin. It was an episode of Martin, and somebody came over. What was it? It was I think it was the episode when Martin was trying to hold back or whatever from eating certain things or whatever. And then Gina was over here, hooked up mashed potatoes with gravy, and then he had his mama's biscuits. He had his mama's biscuits and everything and all that. He was just over here eating rice cakes or whatever. And then he said something to somebody, I believe that was the same episode. He was like, I don't live to eat, I eat to live. And that's exactly what we do. We eat to live. We don't live to eat. This is why a lot of our people are out of shape, gluttonous, can't breathe, can't walk correctly, can't think straight, because they don't have a proper diet, man. Now, there's nothing wrong, with eating like pizza or fried chicken or macaroni and cheese, things like that. We all have that craving and that urge to eat certain things like that. But at the end of the day, we realize we can't continue to eat something like those type of things, man, because those things will shorten your lifespan. It was literally a post where a brother posted it, and it shows you how many seconds and minutes that's taken away from you when you continue to eat those type of things like bacon cheeseburgers and cupcakes and cheesecake and pies and pastas and all of these different type of things, man. It shows you how much time is taken away from your life for continuing to eat like that. And this is another reason why we need salvation. This is another reason why we need Yahweh Shai to come back so he can cleanse the earth, man. All right? Because we need a complete change within this earth. Let's get Sirach 39. Because this is what we got to continue in. It says, but he that giveth, this is Sirach chapter 39, verse 1. It says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. All right, this is one of my favorite scriptures to go to, man, because we're supposed to be occupied within prophecies. All right, we're supposed to get to the point where we're like, look, we got to pay attention to what's going on in the earth. We can't slip, man. This is not the time to be hesitant. All right, and we're going to be occupied in the meditation. When you meditate, you highly think about something, man. You get to the point where you marinate in whatever you're trying to be focused on. And that's what we do with this truth. As soon as we wake up, man, we get the notifications. Oh, this brother did this video. Let me watch it. Oh, this is what's happening in the news. Let me see what's going on. I got friends right now that hit me up with certain news articles and everything like that, man. Sharing what's going on in the world. Different brothers, contact different brothers, sharing the different things just in case we miss it. Because every brother has a different office, all right? So every brother has different things that they experience and see, and so they share it with everybody. That way we can build up the house of David, man. And this is how we stay focused, man, because we help each other out, because that's what we're supposed to do, all right? But we're supposed to be occupied within prophecies, meaning we're supposed to be looking out for the prophecies that's getting ready to happen. Like I said, one of them being the MOCB, the other one being World War III, the other one being a famine that's getting ready to happen. Jacob's trouble, martial law, all of those things. We're supposed to be watching for those things so those things won't overtake us as a thief in the night. All right? This is verse 2. It says, he will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also. He will seek out the secrets of grave sentences and be conversant in dark parables. He shall serve among great men and appear before princes. He will travel through strange countries, for he has tried the good and the evil among men. He will give his heart to resort early to the Lord that made him, and will pray before the Most High, and will open his mouth in prayer and make supplications for his sins. See, there it is again. Resort early. You're supposed to seek Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai while you still have a chance, because there is a such thing as the doors of repentance being closed. All right, that doors of mercy. The doors of mercy is not gonna always be open, man. They're not always gonna be open. The Most High is gonna have to make a move soon and fill out the scripture of Zechariah 13 and 8. Let's get that. This is Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8, and it says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them, and I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my power. All right, so we understand that 2/3 of our people, which is equals up to what 66.6% of our people are gonna die. They're not gonna make it, man. So somebody has to fulfill that lot. All right, somebody is gonna play out that role, and this is how we know there's no such thing as free will, man. This is the Lord's movie. This is what He's orchestrating. This is what He wants to happen. Just like it says in the I believe it's Isaiah 55. I believe it's Isaiah 55 when it tells you that my thoughts are higher than your thoughts. Yeah, it's Isaiah 55 verse 6. Yeah, it says, seek ye the Lord while He may be found. Call ye upon Him while He is near. It says it's everywhere, man. Seek Him while He may be found. Verse 7, it says, let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. That's right. Put off the old man and put on the new man. Meaning, put off the person that you once were and put on the new man that you're getting ready to be or trying to be, man. You got to forsake the way you were thinking. And it says, and let him return unto the Lord, and He will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for He will abundantly pardon. The Most High wants to forgive you. He don't want to just destroy you, man. The scriptures tell you He has no pleasure in death. He has no pleasure in destroying His chosen people. He doesn't want to do it. But if you're going to continue to sin, if you're going to continue to live within your wickedness, hey, man, the Father got to be the Father. Got to discipline His children somehow. So how is the ultimate power going to discipline a people? You think about it. Verse 8, it says, my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. So, hey, man, if this is how the Most High wanted to go down, you got to accept that, man. We not nothing. And this is how you keep yourself humble, when you realize that. When you realize that you aren't anything, when you realize that you can't make a move without the Lord, when you realize you can't even live or grow or anything without the Lord, that's when you humble yourself and you just be like, okay, I'm going to do everything for the Most High. And there's nothing wrong with that, man. There's nothing wrong with that, because you got to look at the earth right now, man. Who's really out here trying to really exalt the Most High and His Son? Who's really out here trying to tell people that this is how we need to be living? Nobody. Everybody's living to their own mind. But the scriptures tell you that the heart is deceitful. Verse 10, it says, for as the rain cometh down, and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and maketh it bring forth in bud, and it may give seed to the sower, and bread to the eater, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. Everything that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is saying is going to come true. And He's letting you know the things that's getting ready to happen by His prophets. All right? By the apostles, the bishops, the elders, and the different brothers that's out there, man. Trying to tell you what's getting ready to happen. These things are getting ready to go down, man. Jacob's trouble is getting ready to begin soon. The destruction of America is happening right before our very eyes. And He's trying to give you a way out. You gotta convince the Lord to forgive you for your sins, man. And so to speak. All right? You got to show the Most High that you're really sincere about this thing. Okay, like, yeah, man, I'm going to stop doing these things and I'm going to follow your ways. All right? When the Sabbath day come up, you keep the Sabbath day holy to the best of your abilities. All right? You follow all the high holy days. When the Day of Atonement comes up, hey, man, you got to do that, man. Which consists of you fasting 24 hours. No food, no water. So you got to do that. When the Passover comes around, you take that seriously, all right? And everything else. You follow commandments, statutes, and laws to your best abilities every single day. Show the Lord that you really want salvation, man. Convince Him, like I said, so to speak, that you want to be a part of this, all right? Verse 12 says, for you shall go out with joy and be led forth with peace. The mountains and the hills shall break forth before you into singing, and all the trees of the field shall clap their hands. Instead of the thorn shall come up the fir tree, and instead of the briar shall come up the myrtle tree, and it shall be to the Lord for a name, for an everlasting sign that shall not be cut off. All right? So it's not going to be cut off, man. You know, we're going to keep moving within this thing, man. We're going to see the Lord's prophecies come to pass. So let's get one last scripture, then we'll close it out. We're going to get Psalms 28. And it says, a psalm of David, unto thee will I cry, O Lord, my rock. Be not silent to me, lest if thou be silent to me, I become like them that go down into the pit. And that's right. You want the Most High to hear you and answer your prayers, man. All right? Because if he's not dealing with you, like he just said, you're going to fall into the pit. It says, hear the voice of my supplications when I cry unto thee, when I lift up my hands toward thy holy oracle. Draw me not away with the wicked and with the workers of iniquity, which speak peace to their neighbors, but mischief is in their hearts. And that's exactly what Esau does now. They tell you everything is going to be okay, like the scriptures say. When they promise you peace and safety, then that's when sudden destruction comes. They tell you everything going to be straight, don't worry about it, we got it all under control. But every single time, they let you down. They let you down. Every single day, something gets worse and worse at this place, man. Why? Because they actually trying to kill you. That's why they destroyed the Georgia Guidestones a few weeks ago. Because everybody was hip. They were hip to what their agenda is, man. Which is having the earth under 500 million people. When there's billions of people in the earth. So they were planning on killing a lot of people. And they still plan on doing that, man. And they're going to do it. A lot of people, it's not going to make it. It says, give them according to their deeds and according to the wickedness of their endeavors. Give them after the work of their hands. Render to them their desert. That's right. Make this place dry, man. Give them according to their deeds. Give them the reward of the wicked. What does a wicked person or an evil person deserve? They deserve death, man. And they deserve to lose everything. That's why you read the book of James, I believe it's the 5th chapter. It tells you that their riches are about to be eaten. They're about to lose everything, man. Because once Yahushua comes back and the angels, all right, they're going to round up the elect. Then 144,000 is going to be alongside them. And they're going to take back the earth, man. And they're not going to do it quietly. They're not going to do it out of love. No, they're going to take it, man. They're taking back this earth, man, because it's going to be war. All right? Esau wouldn't do that. If Esau realized it was something that he'd come up on, he wouldn't just come up all quietly. He'll take it from you, man. And that's exactly what Yahushua is getting ready to do. In verse 5, it says, because they regard not the works of the Lord, nor the operation of his hands, he shall destroy them and not build them up. Blessed be the Lord, because he hath heard the voice of my supplications. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusteth in him, and I am helped. Therefore my heart greatly rejoiceth, and with my song will I praise him. The Lord is their strength. He is the saving strength of his anointed. Save thy people and bless thine inheritance. Feed them also and lift them up forever. So this is what we want to be a part of, man. We want to be a part of the elect. We want to make it. We don't want to be and get to the point where we realize that we're doomed, man. When Jacob's trouble began, you're supposed to be confident. That's why the scriptures say, make your calling and your election sure. When Jacob's trouble began, you're supposed to have it in the back of your mind like, well, I was doing the best I could every single day. And not even saying it like that, man. You're supposed to be saying it like, man, no, I was out there doing the work, man. So I expect to be delivered. That's the type of mindset you should be in. All right? And that's how you're going to keep the faith, man. So at the end of the day, you got to make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. So I hope this is edifying. So with that, I'm saying, call Halayim, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, B'Shem Rachaa Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstones I learned this truth from. Honors to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word through the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the Aqua that's listening and learning. And Yahweh Ratazah, I'll be back with another lesson. Keep pushing, Yasharala. Keep pushing. We almost out of here. Shalom.